Hello guys and welcome to my channel. As you know guys, this is one of the video of the series of video that I'm doing here on my channel to create a drone right from the scratch for the aerial photography. In this video guys, I'm going to do a quick unboxing of this Caddx FPV and Nano camera. In this video guys, I will be also walking you through some of the general specifications and also telling you in detail what those specifications mean. Towards the end of the video guys, I will also go through some of the ways in which you can wire different types of camera onto your drone guys. So guys, if you are new to assembling drone, ensure that you watch this video till the end so that you do not miss out on any important information or instructions that I have to share. Before we move further guys, if you are new to my channel and not yet subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and click that bell notification icon so that you get the notifications for all my new videos. Let's get started. So guys, before we can go through some of the technical specifications and understand what does that mean in detail, let's quickly unbox this Ant FPV Nano camera guys and see what are the specifications and information present on the box. So here on the box, whenever you purchase, it comes in this simple small box. It's a white small box. On the top you can see it says Ant Nano camera and it is made by Caddx FPV. So this is one of the lightest camera which this Caddx FPV make. As you know guys, these days the weight of the drone is super important guys. So the lighter the components, you will have better thrust, smaller payload to carry in addition to what you want to mount onto your drone. So it's super important guys, so as to be able to lower the weight of the drone as much as possible. So Caddx FPV has done a good job guys to make this Ant Nano camera. It has a very small form factor and it is very lightweight to put it on the drone. So here on the sides it says you can go on Caddx FPV website. So this is www.caddxfpv.com. Onto the backside guys, it gives some of the model information. The model of this Caddx FPV Ant Nano camera is MN0600S43. The resolution is 1200 TVL. The image ratio is 4:3. Power, it can take input from 5 volt to 25 volt. The color is silver. So I will tell you guys later in this video what these technical details mean, but that is what you have on the top of the box. Let's quickly open the box and see the contents inside. So inside the box guys, you see these three components that comes inside. So here is first is the card guys. So it comes with the welcome card that will give you the link to the user manual and the websites. You can download what are the technical specifications and how to do the wiring and everything guys using this card and the information present on the card guys. It comes with 1 year warranty for the parts and the repair and lifetime free customer support. So which is also something really nice offered by Caddx FPV guys. So if you want guys, you can download those user manual and go through it. In this video guys, I will be telling you all about this camera and I will also be explaining you what does that technical specifications really mean. So ensure that guys, you watch this video till the end so that you do not miss out on those information. So I will keep the card aside for now. Let's see what else is there. So there is your camera itself guys. Now let's first open the camera and see the camera itself. So as you can see, the camera comes in here in this anti-static packaging so as to prevent it from any damages during the transport due to electrostatic charge. So here you can see guys, this is the small camera. You can see on my palm, it is a really small tiny camera that it comes with. It has a weight of around 2 grams, so it will not be weighing too much on your drone builds or quadcopter builds that you are doing. So this is also something really nice. Here you can see it has a lens cover onto the top so as to prevent it from any damages or scratch, which is also something nice guys. Onto the back side guys, here you can see you have a pin diagram and then there is a paper based cover that they use to protect the circuitry, so which is also part of their initiative to reduce the weight of the camera guys. So it is also something really nice, but you can see it is properly labeled. It has a 5 volt to 25 volt input for the power and then you have ground and then you have a video output pin guys. So that will be connected onto your VTX or to your flight controller. And then guys, you have 2 more pins here for ground and OSD. So this is used for controlling the camera functions guys, like brightness, contrast and things like that. So in this video guys, later I will tell you how to connect this to your flight controller and then how to control those functions from your flight controller and remote as well guys. On the sides you can see guys, there are 2 screw holes to mount this camera onto your drone frame guys. So that is also something really nice. This is M.2 screws I think which we will take to mount. So this is your main camera itself guys that it comes with. I will go in detail about the technical specifications of the camera in a minute guys. So let's keep the camera for now aside and see what else is available in this package. So in this package guys, it also comes with some additional accessories and screws, as you can see. So the mounting screw is already available. You can see there are small M.2 screws, and then there is a medium size M.2 screws, and then there are large M.2 screws. So depending upon the type of build or type of drone frame that you have, you will have different types of screws which are available to mount this camera onto your drone frame. So in addition to that guys, it comes with the jumper connection cable guys. These are micro JSTs, 3-pin and 2-pin connection separately, so as to be able to connect this to your flight controller and also connect the OSD control either to your flight controller or to the OSD control board that it came with. So this is the OSD control board that it comes with. So here guys, you can connect this OSD control board using 2-pin connector that it came with, and then you have a 2-pin connector here as well. So this is also something really nice guys, because you don't have to do the soldering to connect this OSD control board onto your camera. So guys, whenever you connect this OSD control board, this is the physical button guys. There are different versions of OSD control board that I will be going through in this video later guys, but you can see this is only single button, but then you have center press, left and right, top and bottom movement of the same button guys, so as to be able to navigate through a OSD menu and change the values and parameters of the camera guys, that you can do using this remote control or OSD control or menu control, however you want to call it. So that is also something really nice which is included here with the package. In addition to that guys, it also gives you an additional bracket or mounting bracket that it comes with. So this bracket guys is used to be able to mount on a drone frame which requires a larger size camera, and your screws and hole mounts which are there on your drone frame cannot reach onto this camera because of its smaller form factor. So here guys, it comes with this rubberized camera mount guys. It has the same holes here onto the sides for M.2 screws onto the sides. All you need to do is push in the camera like this in this rubber based camera mount, and then align the holes onto the side. It will increase the footprint of this camera, and then you will be able to mount this camera onto the top of your drone frame, which is also something really nice guys. I like it when the manufacturer normally includes this kind of adapter, so that it has a versatility that you can use this camera on different types of drone frame without worrying about the size of the camera or size of mount that you have on the drone frame. So this is also something really nice guys. Now guys, let us go through some of the technical specifications and see what it has to offer and what those technical specification means. As for the technical specification goes for Caddx Ant analog FPV camera guys, I will be explaining in detail what those technical specifications means later in this video guys, but let's go through the technical specifications first. The of the camera is Caddx and the series is Ant because it is a lightweight camera guys, and it has a small form factor, which is why it is being named as Caddx Ant. It's an analog FPV camera with a sensor size of 1/3 inch CMOS sensor. It has a horizontal resolution of 1200 TVL. It supports both NTSC and PAL switchable TV color system guys. It has a menu support as well. The aspect ratio of the image that it supports is both 16:9 and 4:3. Synchronization is internal. Electronic shutter that it has both for PAL and NTSC. For PAL it is 50 frames per second, and for NTSC it is 60 frames per second. Signal to noise ratio is 52 dB, which is one of the best in the industry guys. The video output is CVBS, which is composite video baseband signal guys. It has a lens focal length of 1.8 mm. Minimum illumination at aperture ratio of f1.2 is 0.01 lux. Auto gain control is inbuilt. The backlight compensation is also available. It has a wide dynamic range that it supports is global wide dynamic range. It has digital noise reduction called 3D DNR. The dimension of the bracket is 14/14 mm. Width bracket is 19/19 mm, and it takes an input voltage of 5 volt to 25 volt. The working temperature for this camera is -20 degrees centigrade to +60 degrees centigrade. The humidity that it can support is 20% to 80%. The net weight of this camera is 2 grams. So this is all the technical specification of this Caddx Ant analog FPV camera. Now let's see in detail what those specifications means and how does it impact. So normally in the market guys, you will see different types of camera with different types of menu options. Here you can see the Nano has 5 volt ground and video input. It does not have menu option, so you will not be able to control the brightness, contrast or any other default settings here on this camera, as it does not have a menu control option. Whatever is inbuilt in this camera is all automatic, and then you will not be able to control the parameters. So this kind of camera, guys, will be able to supply the power by 5 volt and ground. Then you have a video output that will ultimately go to your VTX transmitter or to your flight controller via OSD to your VTX transmitter to transmit the video signal. So that is how you use this RunCam Nano 2. So here you can see there is another version of RunCam Racer Nano 2. Here you have 5 volt and ground and video output, and then you have a menu option here, guys. So here, guys, you will have the menu option that you can control via joystick. So here there is a third version of camera that you can see. You have VCC and ground and video ID. So VID is normally your video output pin, VCC is your 5 volt supply or more, and then you have the ground. So these are the basic operation that you have common in all the camera. Here you can see you have OSD and ground, so you have on-screen display inbuilt. So using the OSD menu, guys, you'll be able to control the parameters. You can either use the joystick, or if you have an OSD control inbuilt on your flight controller, you will be able to control the menu options right from the flight controller. So the fourth variant of the camera that is available in the market is like this. You have 5 volt ground and video. This is the standard. So for power supply, ground and video output, then either you can supply 5 volt to 36 volt, or you can use VBAT to power this up, which is also something really nice. And then you have ground and menu, or TX and RX. So either you can use the joystick to control the menu options of this camera, or you can use the free UART on your flight controller so as to be able to control the menu functions. So it has dual option, guys, which is available in this camera, which is also something really nice. So guys, if you do not have a menu control inbuilt on your flight controller, you can use a spare UART to control the menu options. So this is an extra feature added by this RunCam Racer 3. Also, guys, the last one, as you can see, is also very similar. Instead of OSD, you have here the menu option. It basically means the same, but it has a labeling different. So you can power this from 5 volt to 36 volt, ground and video output, and then you can use the joystick to control the menu options on this RunCam Phoenix 2 camera. So guys, any camera which has menu option, OSD option, or like this menu and ground, you can control via OSD, or if you have an OSD functionality inbuilt on your flight controller, then only you will be able to use the menu option to control the parameters or image quality of this camera. So these are the camera menu types which are available as of now in the market. Let's see the next functionality. So these are the camera control or external OSD which are available as of now in the market. So here you can see, guys, these OSDs are basically used to navigate the menu option. So select the different option and change the parameters. So either you have this 5 button options. So you can see the center one for OK, and then moving left, right, top and bottom to navigate the menu. Or you have a central button that you can toggle to move front, back, left, right and center to select. So these are the two types of OSD which are available as of now in the market. On the right side, guys, you can see how it is connected onto the camera. So if you have a menu options or an OSD option, you can connect menu and ground onto your OSD via the camera or the junction pin that is there onto the front, so that you will be able to control the menu option. You can put this OSD on top of your drone frame so that it stays fixed, or you can optionally connect this OSD whenever you're required to change the parameter. So either way, you can use this camera control so as to navigate through the menus which is available on your camera. So that is how you connect the camera control, guys. So guys, like I told you before, whenever you have an OSD option or menu option on your camera, you will not be able to control the menu option directly from TX and RX pin of your flight controller. But then, guys, RunCam makes an adapter for BetaFlight for remote control, guys. So this adapter you can see here. All you have to do is connect the OSD of the camera coming to this OSD pin onto your adapter, and then you supply 5 volt and ground to power this module, and then using the UART which is available on your flight controller, you can control the menu option on your camera which do not support UART control. So this mod, guys, or this adapter converts your UART control to OSD control so as to be able to control the menu option on your camera. So here you can see, guys, you can enable this on the UART on which you have connected this adapter, and select in the peripheral section as RunCam device so as to be able to control the menu of your camera using the UART pin. So this is also something really nice, guys. As you can see, this adapter will be able to give you an additional functionality to control the menu option on your camera right from a free UART if your flight controller does not come with one inbuilt. So this is something really nice, guys, that is offered by this RunCam control. So let's see next. So here you can see 165-degree field of view and 145-degree field of view. You have a wider area that it is covering, but at the same time, guys, you can see if your camera does not have a field flattener inbuilt, you will have more curvature in larger field of view than you have in the smaller field of view. So there is a trade-off, guys. So if you want to make it more real, guys, either you need to buy an expensive camera that uses the field flattener to flatten the image with the wider field of view than you have on the smaller field of view, but you can see the same location, you have wider coverage in wider field of view than the smaller field of view. So that is what it means whenever you buy a larger field of view camera than a smaller field of view camera. The second specification goes is the sensor size, guys. So whenever you say you have 1 by 1.8 inch sensor, that normally means the diagonal size of the sensor. So larger the size of the sensor, guys, better is the image quality, and you have smaller pixelation, so it will be more clearer image with the larger image sensor. So by thumb of rule, larger the sensor, larger is your field of view. So as you can see, it is a ratio, guys. It is 1 by 1.8. So normally what they mention on the specification is only the bottom part. So as a thumb of rule, larger the value, smaller is the sensor. So smaller the value, larger is the sensor. So smaller value of this sensor size, whenever they mention, it will have larger sensor and you will have better image quality. That is how your sensor size impacts your image quality. Next thing is the aspect ratio. So whenever they say you have 4:3 and 16:9, you can see 4:3 it has an higher height and 16:9 is wider view, but then it is cropped from top and bottom so as to bring it to 16:9 ratio. So you will have larger area coverage in 4:3 ratio and smaller area coverage in 16:9 ratio. As per PAL and NTSC goes, you can see NTSC and PAL are normally the color system which is used. NTSC is used in mostly North America and PAL is normally used in the rest of the part of the world. But whenever you say which one is better, so if you want to produce an video which is going to be widely acceptable, I would recommend to go with NTSC, because normally any PAL supported devices will also support NTSC, because to just crop the top and bottom and it will be able to bring it into the aspect ratio of 16:9. So PAL can always be converted into NTSC, but NTSC cannot be converted into PAL. So if you want to use this video for the wider audience, I would ask you to use NTSC as the format. But as per the quality goes, PAL has higher quality because it comes with 625 lines of resolution, whereas NTSC has 525 lines only because it is a smaller image. So as per the resolution or quality goes, PAL has better quality and NTSC has a inferior quality than PAL. Not that it is bad, it is just that it is inferior quality with PAL. So that is what aspect ratio and your signal type means. So next thing that it comes with is your TVL value. So normally whenever you say I have 1200 TVL, I have 1000 TVL, what that means is the horizontal pixel resolution. So normally you guys might be hearing about 720p, 1080p. These are the vertical pixel resolution. So it measures the vertical resolution of your image and does not mention about the horizontal resolution. Whenever you say I have 720p, that means it is the vertical resolution. Whenever I say it is 1080p, it is the vertical resolution. But whenever it comes to this FPV camera, normally they tell you the resolution in the format of TVL, which is your horizontal pixel of your image. So you can see, guys, 100 TVL is smaller than even 720p. So whenever somebody mentions it is 1200 TVL, you can say that it is 1200 onto the horizontal pixel, not to the vertical pixel. So by thumb of rule, higher the TVL value, higher is the resolution, but then possibly your camera will be slower unless it has a faster processor to process that kind of larger image. So larger the image, normally it takes larger processing power for camera to process that kind of image, but then also depends on the speed of the processor. So you need to check another specification called response time to check how fast is your camera. But as per the camera specification of TVL goes, it means the resolution of the image, nothing more. All right, so next thing is your aperture. As you can see, normally aperture is mentioned in the format of f. So whenever you say f 2.0, it is your focal length divided by 2.0. so higher the aperture, better is the image clarity and brightness. So aperture normally means the opening of your lens that captures the light. So larger the aperture, larger is the surface area of the lens, larger is the capability of that lens to capture the light and focus it onto your image sensor. So your image will be more brighter, or it will have a better low light performance because it has larger surface area of the lens that is going to capture more light and focus it onto your camera image sensor. The next camera specification that they mention, whether it is full weather camera, it can work only in day, it can work only in night. So although it is partially dependent upon the aperture and the quality of image sensor. So whenever they say it is a full weather camera, basically it just means that it can work in both day and night, and so it has a better capability to absorb the light or capture the light during the night, and during the day guys it is able to cut the lights of the image so as to capture it nicely. So that is how they control. So during the day they have to cut the light so as to have enough brightness by increasing the shutter speed, which is normally automatically controlled, and during the night guys it has a lower shutter speed or bigger image sensor or wider aperture so as to have better night image. So that is what it means. So whenever they say it has a noise reduction functionality, this is what they means. You can see here you do not have a noise reduction, here you have a noise reduction. So it is 3D DNR, it is digital noise reduction. What that means is it is going to process this image digitally so as to remove these small dots and make it look nicer. This is nothing more than digital image processing so as to reduce the noise and smoothen the image. So this is also one of the nice feature guys which they normally include. This is specifically for the low light camera guys. So these are all about the features guys and specifications that is normally mentioned onto your camera specifications. Now let us see quickly how to connect your camera to the flight controller. So the first example that here I have is a camera that has a UART function for the menu control guys. So you can control the menu option onto your camera using the flight controller. So here you can see guys, since I am using this Metexis F765 flight controller, it has dual camera support guys. So I will be able to control two cameras at the same time. So what that means is I will be able to connect two cameras at the same time. Then I will be able to select the camera which is going to be an active camera right from my flight controller, and then using a free UART I will be able to control its menu option. So I'm going to tell you guys how to connect two cameras onto this flight controller. But guys, even if you have one camera that has a UART control for the menu, you can use the same example as a template to connect that camera onto your flight controller. So here what I have done guys, your 5 volt is going to the voltage supply on my flight controller, ground to ground for the first camera, the similar one for the second camera, 5 volt and ground so as to power supply. And then you have C1 and C2 as an camera input. So your video output from your camera is going to C1 and the second camera is going to C2. And then guys you have TX and RX which will be going, which I have connected TX to TX of the camera, RX to RX of the camera, and then together guys I am going to connect it TX to RX and RX to TX on my flight controller so as to be able to control the menu option of my camera. So guys, if you have only one camera, you don't need to connect the TX and TX and RX for the menu option of the camera. You can directly connect the TX to RX and RX to TX onto any free UART that is available onto your flight controller to control the menu option. So this is how you connect a camera which has a menu option to control with UART. Now let us see another example where you have a menu option inbuilt on your flight controller. So here you can see guys, in this camera guys, since you have only menu option, this kind of camera control cannot happen if you do not have a camera control inbuilt on your flight controller. So here I have a SpeedyBee F7 version 2 flight controller. Here you can see it has a camera control pad inbuilt on the flight controller itself. So it is the same guys, 5 volt to 5 volt, ground to ground, and video input to video output pin of the camera. And then the menu option, whether you connect the ground or not is optional, but then you can connect the menu option onto this flight controller where it says camera control, and then you will be able to use this camera control to control the menu option right from the flight controller using your RC control. So that is it guys, that is how you connect the cameras onto your flight controller. So this is it guys, this concludes the tutorial. I hope you guys like this video. If you guys like this video, please do not forget to hit that like button. If you have any questions or comment, please leave them in the comment section below. I will try and answer as soon as possible. If you are new to my channel and not yet subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and click that bell notification icon so that you get the notifications from my new videos. Thank you guys, thanks for watching, and clear skies.